Hi guys, welcome to Romp Chess episode 18.3. This will be the third in the series of three episodes where I review a recent over-the-board chess tournament that I played in. I've already made the first two videos. I won the first game, lost the second, and this is the third game that I played. My opponent in this game, I've actually played before, and I know him fairly well. He's a member of my little local chess club that I go to. He's a really solid player, uh, solid 1600 or possibly even better. He's been playing chess his entire life. He's a seasoned tournament player. So I didn't really have high expectations going into this game. My my objective really was to just to play solid chess, not make any blunders, and force my opponent to earn the win. Try to make it into the middle game, possibly even in game. I did make it through the opening and into the middle game, but in the middle game I made a blunder, which cost me. I ended up losing the game on time. So having said that, let's just start the review. Looking at the graph here, you can see that the game was fairly even in the opening, and right there is my blunder where it dropped off, and then my opponent just took the advantage and never turned back. Went on to the win when I timed out. One positive takeaway from me here is my accuracy was 82.1, which is typically higher than I normally rate in accuracy. My opponent had a 91.9 as black. um, I know this opponent well enough to know that they like to play the black lion when they play as black. So I kind of expected that, and one of my goals was to disrupt that opening as possible, and I think perhaps I accomplished that goal anyway. Um, yeah, again, I don't pay a lot of attention to the game rating. Chess.com gave me a game rating of 1900. I was not a 1900. Gave me a check mark for the opening and a question for the mark for the middle game. So having said that, let's start the review. I just opened with e4, and in the black lion, I know that my opponent, the black player, is not too terribly concerned with what I do as in developing as white. They're going to pretty much going to play the same moves to set up this black line attack. So here we go. I'm just trying to play a solid book moves that make sense. Then I do take here, to try to kick this 9 away. Again, I kind of know the position that my opponent is going for in a black lion, and I know that this is going to just disrupt their game plan just a little bit, even though I've doubled my pawns. So they end up taking back there. And so bishop g5 is scored as an inaccuracy. It says I missed. Okay, yeah, I see it now. So to take this back, a better move would have been to bring this light square bishop out and put pressure on this F pawn, which is blocked in by the knight here, and from there I possibly could have advanced this knight to put a double attack here. Yeah, something to think of going forward. Because I'm sure I'll see this. I'm sure I'll see this again. But let's back this up. So instead, I played the dark square bishop. This pin here really doesn't accomplish a whole lot because there's a lot that my opponent can do to relieve this pin. And again, I overshot what where I should have placed my my light square bishop. I should have put my light square bishop on c4 to attack here, because again this pin really doesn't accomplish a whole lot. So black just kicks the bishop away. Castles. Then this h6 move is common in this black lion. I know my opponent is wanting to eventually open up this file right here for this rook. So what I do here, and I know this kind of messes with my opponent's plan, is knowing that they're wanting to open up this file here, I take the knight, they take back, and so now positionally the game is close to even. Okay, here on this move, looking at the center of the board here, you have the white e4 pawn controlling this square. You have the black e5 pawn controlling this square. There's pressure from the knight here, there's pressure from this pawn here. The knight is guarding there. So Stockfish is actually wanting me to relocate the knight here. If I did that and black played the queen there, then I could take with the revealed attack on the queen. Queen takes back, and then now I'm controlling this open D file. So I see why that would have been a strong tactical move for white, but instead I decide to relocate this bishop over here. Black actually has a miss here because this knight was guarding this square. So now I could advance to this square, and it's protected once and defended once instead of defended twice. So they remove the defender from this square here. And then there is there's my blunder that I made. And when I look at it on the computer, I mean, it's just it's obvious, but in the board game, I failed to see it. But when black advanced this knight to g4, they were threatening this fork right here, the queen and rook. So before I move the pawn, that forking square, man, that forking square is protected by this pawn. So when I pushed the pawn to kick the knight, it actually forced the knight to move, and of course they're going to move to this square right here to fork the queen and the rook. So that was my first really major mistake, and at this point, you know, I'm down 3.0 on the eval bar, and you know, against a stronger player, there's not going to be much coming back from that. So intermediate move, black checks here. So now I have to, which is actually very smart for black to do, because they're removing the defender from this rook, right? So before this move, if black had moved here, I'm going to move the queen away to, you know, possibly to here, I don't know. And then if they were to fork, the queen would be guarding this square. But by playing the check move here, they didn't give me time to do that. So now I have to move the king instead of putting the defender on this square here. So there's my move away, and then there's the fork. And my idea here was, you know, this is just kind of a desperation move to attack the black queen to force this this knight to move, but you know, it just hung my piece there. A stronger move would have been to relocate the queen to here. That way, if black were to take the rook, I'd take back the queen. now my knight here is pinned. Trade queens. And at this point, like I say, the game timed out, but there was really no way I was gonna win here. So yeah, that's the game. I went 34 moves deep with a solid, very solid player. So I'll take that. I wish I'd have played a little bit better, but I'll take it. I learned a lot, and I hope you enjoyed the review. And that's it for the tournament reviews. And I'll go back to playing a game with a review very soon. Talk to you guys later.